If your body started showing warning signs of cancer today, would you notice them, or would you ignore them, thinking it's nothing serious? Most people believe cancer appears suddenly, without any signal, without any warning. But the truth is very different. In many cases, the body starts whispering long before it starts screaming. Small changes begin to appear on the skin, in the mouth, in the way you feel, in the way your body reacts to everyday life. These changes often look harmless, and that is exactly why they are dangerous. People ignore them, delay checkups, and keep living normally until the problem grows bigger. Doctors say that many cancers give visible early signs, but only those who pay attention catch them in time. And catching cancer early can make the difference between simple treatment and a life-threatening situation. In this video, I will show you 7 visible and early warning signs of cancer that many people notice but never take seriously. Watch carefully, because one of these signs could already be happening to someone you know, or even to you, and recognizing it early could save a life. You may have noticed unusual changes on your skin at some point. Maybe a spot that looked different, a mole that started growing, or a mark that refused to heal. Most people ignore these things because they don't hurt. But the skin is one of the first places where the body shows signs that something is wrong inside. A mole that changes color, shape, or size should never be ignored. If the edges become uneven, the color becomes darker or mixed, or the mole starts itching or bleeding, this could be an early warning sign of skin cancer. Many people think skin cancer only happens to those who stay in the sun too long, but that is not always true. It can happen to anyone, even those who stay indoors most of the time. Another warning sign is a sore that does not heal. Normally, cuts and small wounds heal within days or weeks, but if a spot stays the same for a long time, keeps reopening, or slowly gets bigger, the body may be trying to tell you something. The key here is not to panic, but also not to ignore. When something on your skin keeps changing without reason, your body may be giving you an early signal that should be checked. Another early warning sign many people overlook is unexplained weight loss. Losing a little weight because you are eating better or exercising more is normal, but losing weight without trying is different. When the body starts losing weight for no clear reason, it can mean that something inside is affecting how the body uses energy. Some cancers change the way the body burns calories, making weight drop even when eating normally. People often feel happy at first because the number on the scale goes down, but unexpected weight loss can sometimes be the body's way of showing that something is wrong. This is especially important if the weight loss happens quickly, without changes in diet, without extra exercise, and without illness that explains it. Doctors always say that sudden, unexplained weight loss should never be ignored, especially when it continues for weeks or months. Constant tiredness is another sign that people ignore every day. Everyone feels tired sometimes, and in today's world, feeling tired has become normal. But cancer-related fatigue is different. It does not go away with rest, and it does not improve after sleep. You may wake up feeling exhausted even after a full night, or feel weak even when you did nothing difficult. This happens because the body is using extra energy to fight something inside, or because the disease affects the blood and oxygen levels. When tiredness becomes constant, unusual, and does not have a clear reason, it is a signal that the body needs attention. Many people blame age, stress, or work, but when fatigue stays for a long time and keeps getting worse, it should not be ignored. Changes in the mouth can also be early warning signs, especially for cancers of the mouth or throat. White patches, red patches, sores that do not heal, or pain while swallowing should always be taken seriously. Some people notice that their voice changes, becomes hoarse, or sounds different for weeks without any cold or infection. Others feel like something is stuck in the throat, even when nothing is there. These signs can appear slowly, and that is why they are easy to ignore. People think it is just irritation, allergies, or a minor infection. But when the mouth or throat keeps showing unusual symptoms that do not go away, It may be the body asking for help. Early checkups in these cases can find problems before they become dangerous. Another visible warning sign that people often ignore is unusual lumps or swelling in the body. These can appear in the neck, under the arm, in the chest, or in other areas. Not every lump is cancer, and many are harmless, but any new lump that stays for a long time should be checked. Cancer can sometimes cause cells to grow in places where they should not, forming a lump that can be felt from outside. The important thing is to notice changes. If something feels different from before, if swelling does not go away, or if a lump slowly gets bigger, it should not be ignored. The body does not create changes without reason, and paying attention to these signals can help catch problems early. Changes in digestion can also be an early sign that something is wrong. Many people experience stomach problems, gas, or discomfort, and most of the time it is nothing serious. But when digestion problems become constant, when there is long-lasting pain, difficulty swallowing, or changes in bowel habits that stay for weeks, the body may be giving a warning. Some cancers affect the stomach, intestines, or digestive system, and early symptoms can look like common stomach issues. That is why people often ignore them. They take medicine, wait for it to go away, and continue their routine. But when the same problem keeps coming back, or never fully disappears, it is important to get it checked instead of guessing. One more early sign that many people never connect with cancer is unexplained bleeding or discharge. This can happen in different ways, such as blood in the stool, blood in urine, unusual bleeding from the gums, or unexpected discharge from the body. These signs may look small, but they should never be ignored. The body normally does not bleed without a reason. When bleeding appears without injury, infection, or clear cause, it means something inside needs attention. Many people feel shy or scared to talk about these symptoms, so they stay silent and hope it goes away. But early detection depends on noticing these changes and taking them seriously. Pain that stays for a long time without a clear reason can also be an early warning. Pain is the body's way of telling us that something is wrong, but not all pain means cancer. However, when pain continues for weeks, keeps getting worse, or appears without injury, it should not be ignored. Some cancers press on nerves or organs, causing discomfort that does not go away. People often take painkillers and continue their routine, but when the pain keeps returning, the body may be asking for attention. Listening to these signals is one of the most important things we can do for our health. Another thing many people do not realize is that infections that keep coming back can sometimes be a sign that the immune system is weak. When the body cannot fight infections normally, it may mean that something is affecting the blood or the organs that control immunity. Frequent fevers, repeated infections, or slow recovery from illness should not be ignored, especially when they happen again and again without a clear reason. The body is designed to heal, so when healing becomes slow, it may be a sign that something deeper is happening. Many people think cancer only happens to others, not to them. They believe that if they feel mostly fine, there is no reason to worry. But early cancer often does not cause strong pain or serious symptoms. It starts with small changes that are easy to ignore. That is why awareness is so important. Not to create fear, but to create attention. The goal is not to panic every time something changes, but to know when the body is asking for help. Doctors always say that early detection saves lives. When cancer is found early, treatment is often easier, faster, and more successful. But when signs are ignored, the disease can grow silently. The body speaks in small signals first, not in loud alarms. Those who listen early have the best chance to stay healthy. Many people who later face serious illness say they noticed something unusual months before, but they ignored it. They thought it was stress, age, tiredness, or a minor problem. Looking back, they realized the body was warning them, but they did not understand the message. That is why learning these early signs is so important for everyone. not only for older people, but for adults of every age. Health is not only about treatment, it is about attention. Paying attention to your skin, your energy, your appetite, your voice, your digestion, your sleep, and your overall feeling can help you notice when something changes. The body is always communicating, but most people are too busy to listen. Slowing down and noticing small differences can make a big difference in the future. Sometimes people are afraid to go to the doctor because they do not want to hear bad news. But ignoring a problem does not make it disappear. In many cases, the earlier you check, the better the outcome. Even if the sign turns out to be nothing serious, the peace of mind is worth it. And if it is something important, finding it early can save years of health and life. Remember, these warning signs do not always mean cancer, but they should never be ignored when they stay for a long time, keep changing, or appear without reason. Your body knows when something is wrong, and it tries to tell you in small ways first. Listening to those small signals is one of the smartest things you can do for your health. Another warning sign that many people ignore for a long time is a persistent cough or a change in the voice that does not go away. Most of us experience cough at some point, especially during cold weather, flu season, or when allergies are common. Because coughing is so normal, people rarely take it seriously. They drink warm tea, take cough syrup, wait a few days, and expect everything to go back to normal. And most of the time it does. But the problem begins when the cough does not stop. When it stays for weeks, when it slowly becomes more frequent, or when the voice starts sounding different without any clear reason. The body may be giving an early warning sign that should not be ignored. A cough that lasts longer than usual is something doctors always pay attention to. Normally, a cough caused by cold or infection improves within days, or at most a couple of weeks. But when the cough continues for 3 weeks or more, especially without fever, without flu, and without signs of infection, it becomes something that needs attention. Many people keep delaying checkups because the cough is not very painful. It may be dry, mild, or only appear at certain times of the day, so they think it is nothing serious. But sometimes the body shows serious problems in very small and quiet ways. The lungs and throat are sensitive parts of the body, and even small changes inside them can affect the voice or breathing. When something unusual starts growing, pressing, or irritating these areas, the first sign may simply be a cough that refuses to go away. This does not mean every cough is cancer, not at all. But when the cough stays for a long time without reason, it should not be ignored. Early attention can make a huge difference, because problems found early are always easier to treat than problems found late. Some people notice that their voice starts sounding hoarse, rough, or weaker than before. They think maybe they talked too much, shouted, or caught a small infection. A hoarse voice for a few days is normal, especially after a cold. But when the voice stays changed for weeks, or when it keeps getting worse instead of better, it becomes a signal that something may be affecting the throat or vocal cords. The voice is produced by very delicate tissues, and when those tissues are irritated or damaged for a long time, the sound changes. This is why doctors always say that a voice change lasting more than a few weeks should never be ignored. People who smoke often experience cough, so they usually think it is normal for them. They may have been coughing for years, and because of that, they stop paying attention to it. But what many people do not realize is that a change in the usual cough is more important than the cough itself. If the cough becomes deeper, more frequent, more painful, or starts bringing blood or thick mucus, it is a sign that something has changed inside the body. Even a small change in a long-term cough should be checked, because the body does not change without reason. Another thing people notice but ignore is the feeling of irritation in the throat that never fully goes away. It may feel like something is stuck, or like the throat is always dry, even after drinking water. Some people keep clearing their throat again and again, thinking it is just habit or dryness. But when this feeling continues for weeks, It may be a sign that the tissues inside the throat are not normal. The body often gives these small signals long before any strong pain appears. Sometimes a persistent cough comes with chest discomfort, but not always strong pain. It may feel like pressure, tightness, or mild burning that comes and goes. Because the feeling is not severe, people think it is due to gas, tiredness, or weather changes. They keep living normally, waiting for the feeling to disappear. But when the same discomfort keeps returning again and again without clear reason, it is a signal that should not be ignored. The body repeats signs when it wants attention. Another warning sign connected with long-lasting cough is shortness of breath during normal activities. A person may notice that climbing stairs feels harder than before, or talking for a long time makes them tired. Many people blame age, lack of exercise, or stress, and never think about checking their lungs. But when breathing changes without clear reason, it means the body is not working the same way as before. Even small changes in breathing can be early signals that something inside needs to be examined. Some people also notice pain while speaking or swallowing, but they think it is just throat infection. They take medicine, the pain becomes less, and they forget about it. Then, after some time, the pain comes back again. This pattern of symptoms going away and returning again can sometimes happen when the real cause is not being treated. The body may feel better for a short time, but the problem slowly continues. When symptoms keep coming back again and again, it is always a good idea to take them seriously. In some cases, people notice blood when coughing, even a very small amount. This is one of the signs that should never be ignored. The body normally does not produce blood without a reason. Even if it happens once, it is important to check it instead of waiting. Many people feel scared when they see blood, so they try to forget it and hope it will never happen again. But ignoring such signs can allow a problem to grow silently. Another thing that makes this warning sign dangerous is that it can appear slowly. There is no sudden pain, no strong fever, no clear illness. Life continues normally, and that is why people keep delaying. They keep saying they will check later, after work, after the busy week, after the holidays. But weeks become months, and the body keeps sending the same signal again and again. Early signs are often quiet, and only those who pay attention notice them. Voice change can also happen when something presses on the nerves that control the vocal cords. When this happens, the voice may sound weak, shaky, or different from before. Some people feel that speaking loudly becomes difficult, or they get tired while talking. Because this change is slow, they get used to it and stop noticing it. Friends or family may notice the change before the person does. When others say your voice sounds different for a long time, it is worth paying attention. People who work in dusty environments or polluted air often think cough is normal for them. They believe the air is the only reason. While air pollution can cause cough, it does not mean every long-lasting cough should be ignored. The body can be affected by more than one thing at the same time, and assuming the reason without checking can be risky. The safest approach is always to notice when something feels different from before. Another important thing to understand is that early cancer signs do not always make a person feel very sick. Many people with early problems still go to work, eat normally, and live their routine. That is why they believe nothing serious can be wrong. But the body can hide problems for a long time while still showing small signals on the outside. A cough that stays for weeks, a voice that keeps changing, or a throat that never feels normal may look small. But these are the kinds of signs doctors always want to check early. Some people try home remedies again and again, hoping the cough will disappear. They drink herbal drinks, take different medicines, change food, and wait. While simple remedies can help with minor problems, they should not replace medical attention when a symptom lasts too long. The purpose of noticing early signs is not to create fear, but to avoid delay. When something is found early, treatment is often easier, and the chances of recovery are much higher. The body is designed to heal itself, and most small illnesses go away on their own. That is why a symptom that refuses to go away becomes important. A cough that stays, a voice that keeps changing, or a throat that never feels normal means the body is not returning to its usual state. And when the body does not return to normal, it is always a message worth listening to. Many people who later face serious illness say that their first sign was something very simple, like a cough they ignored for months. They thought it was weather, smoking, dust, or tiredness. Looking back, they realized the body had been warning them quietly, but they did not understand the message at that time. Learning to notice these quiet warnings can help avoid bigger problems later. Health is not only about reacting when pain becomes strong. Real healthcare means paying attention to small changes before they become serious. A persistent cough or a voice change that lasts for weeks without cold or infection is one of those small changes that should never be ignored, because the body often speaks softly first, and those who listen early have the best chance to stay safe and strong, while those who keep waiting may only realize the importance of the sign when the signal becomes louder and harder to ignore. And by that time, the body may already have been fighting the problem for much longer than they ever imagined, continuing to send the same warning again and again through the cough, through the voice, through the throat, hoping that sooner or later the person will stop, notice, and understand that this is not just a normal cough anymore, but a message that the body has been trying to deliver for a long time without being heard.